We all desire something or other, may it be valor, glory, or the enchanting fame. Its price may be hefty, but the burden is endured with a light heart. Why not? If the only way ahead is up, then that is where our destiny lies. So what makes a true warrior different? For he is too bound by this desire. When asked a question to the warrior, a veteran of war, the answer was simple. All he ever desired was a cleaner garb, a sharper edge, and a sturdy vambrace. Hello everyone, this is the Holy Hermit, and today we'll be crafting new items and finding new recipes in Diablo 3. We start off by looking at places where you can farm these recipes, places where you can get the plans, that is. Well, before I even say that, I guess I should mention that if you wish to buy the recipes, you can do so at auction house, at a certain price of course, but not all the recipes are available as of this very moment. They might or might not do at a later point, but well, we'll look at the locations anyways. After the new patch, what they introduced, a new system, was every time you fight certain mini-bosses in the game, they have an additional chance of dropping these recipes for you. If you wish to know the drop chance of these recipes, please feel free to look at one of my previous videos on patch 1.0.7. Well, we start off by looking bosses. Every act has 2 bosses in it, 2 bosses that have an additional chance of dropping these recipes. Act 1 has Skeleton King and Queen Arane. If you defeat them, they have a chance of dropping the recipe. Looking at Act 2, we have Magda and Zoltan Kuhl. On Act 3, it's Gom and Queen Side. Act 4, it's Rakanot and Izuol. If you manage to defeat these bosses, they will drop a recipe for you, and the number, as in the drop chance, does increase with monster power. At monster power 10, I believe it's somewhere around 82%. So these are the drop chances for you. Before we move on further to crafting, all I'm showing you right now are these boss fights at monster power 5. But right now I'll answer an important question for you, in my humble opinion as always, as in, are these recipes actually worth trying to farm? And then, are items that are crafted from these recipes any useful? Because we've always had these level 63 items in the game, have we not? We've all got these Archon Greaves, Archon Gauntlets, even the chest armor. They were never that very good, and in the end all we ended up doing was trying to get the best legendary in the game. Here's Blizzard introducing all this new system in the new patch, and I'm the first one to admit it, it's a really great idea. Remember when the game came out, pre 1.0.5 that is, or 1.0.4 even, legendaries were no way to go. If you want to make a strong character in 1.0, 2 and 3, the only way to do it would be to have nice rares. Then came the infamous legendaries. And after that, all that happened was, in order to get the maximum DPS, the best BIS, as in best in slot item for you, was always a legendary. Now, they've actually reached to a kind of a setting point, a point that almost both parties can agree on. Well, that is, if you want to gear up your character in the best way possible, the way to do it would be to have a mix of legendary and these rare items. So, going back to the question, is crafting these items any good? Is it worth it? And my answer is absolutely yes. First of all, if you look at the character stats which I'm going to show you later on, the gear item that you're going to pick up, they will have at least a chance of rolling 200 of your base stat. When you compare that something to the braces that you earlier used to buy, for example, the one I was wearing earlier had only 160 dex on them, and they costed me around 9 million. Now you can craft these recipes all for a certain price, and well, when you do craft them, the items, they're good and they're bad. I personally have crafted a few. I've all done them live in this video in front of you, and I'm going to show you the best ones that I've crafted so far. But anyways, I didn't have such a great luck, but I'm so very much positive about this whole system. I've seen so many friends of mine crafting really great items. They're not even Paragon level 20 yet, some of them, and they have items that rival mine at the moment. So I have full faith in this system that it's actually going to give me good results. So, the new plans are, of course, you have the Archon Spaulders, Archon Armor, you have Archon Gauntlets, and Razor Spikes. You can buy the Archon Chest Armor as in Archon Armor from Squirt the Peddler in Act 2. All others could be found in the game. Alternatively, as I said, you can even purchase them. So now we're going to craft some items for you, and we'll start off quite simply by crafting some razor spikes. You can see all the item requirements that it has. It requires, well, exquisite essences and demonic essences. And of course, Tomb of Secrets. So the very first one I crafted had about 280 dexterity. I'm going to craft a few more of these, and I'm going to show you how they all work. So when braces are done, we're going to move on to, well, the chest armor. They all have a very high main stat roll, and you can also get double rolls from it, as in, another random stat that can roll can also have your main stat, which in principle means they can end up having up to 300 dexterity, for example, just from one piece of armor. Well, now we're going to move on to gloves. They require tears. Remember, all of my videos I made earlier, I focused on tears, and the reason being, gloves are one of the most important pieces of your armor set. They give you the most amount of DPS, and even resistance for that matter of fact, and they require tears. So here's me crafting a few more gloves for you. Well, I'm going to craft 2 of them, and then I'm going to move on further. So if you think about it, the whole idea of this crafting system is for you to get a good item in the end, as in it can rival the one you have right now. And well, the payoff is, if you're lucky, you can craft a really good item in your first 10 tries, or alternatively, you can do it forever. So we're going back to the same question again, is it actually even worth crafting? And I truly believe so. It doesn't cost that very much to do something like this, crafting your main armor, but when you do roll stats on it, which I'll show you later, they're all very good. Another crafting plan that they've also added in the game, well, that goes to the jeweler, and you can craft amulets from him, amulets that can roll a level 63 stat. If you want to make them, you want to have a perfect square gem of your choosing, as in, if I'm making a dexterity amulet, I would require emeralds. It also requires brimstones, another something important thing I mentioned in one of my previous videos, and of course, to round it all up, demonic essences. So I've crafted all of these items for you. It is quite understandable, of course, that every armor piece you craft, may it be these braces or gloves, they all have 4 of each types, as in, 1 for your main stat, a 1 with strength, 1 with intelligence, dexterity, and vitality. So you can find them all in the game if you defeat these bosses, or they'll even randomly drop for you since their drop chance has been increased 4 times. All these items are account bound, so you'd think about it, the first impression you'd get that it's a bad thing, as in, if you get a good item roll that you would want to sell it, but you can't. But on the other hand, whatever you craft is your own personal item, and that's a good way to play the game. You're going to farm more of these essences, play the game more, and you'll always be hunting after the next best item. If you got a decent luck, you might find a good one very soon. If not, in my opinion, it can still very well be cheaper than the items you buy in the auction house, since the item with similar stats to these items that can roll, the price as well, is in the 500 million plus. So to round up the video and show you the items I've crafted, I've only crafted all these items you see on the screen, absolutely nothing more, and from all these crafting rolls, you'll be able to see the kind of results I got. None of them were a significant upgrade to me, they weren't an upgrade at all, but I also have other characters, my demon hunter, that can utilize these. So have a look at these items for you. Let me know what you think about the whole crafting system. More importantly, have you had any good luck with these items? Have you found the next best item for you? If so, let me know about it. I'm very eager to hear. This system is really good. It's going to refresh the game a little bit more. As far as game life goes, well, it is a good thing after all. You'll play the game more. And well, if you enjoy the game like I do, then it's absolutely a good thing. This has been the Holy Hermit for you. I hope you all have a nice day ahead. I wish you all good luck with crafting items. Stay tuned for more of these videos. Take care, I'm out now. Bye.